I am delighted to be at the British Pain Society to receive an honorary membership, which I've just been awarded just about half an hour ago, and this fills me with enormous pride, and I feel very honoured that I've been recognised in this way for the work I've done over the years and my team.
Tell me about the work you have done. Explain that.
For the past 25 years, the research team and I have been trying to unravel the mysteries of how the human brain constructs the experience of pain, whether you're everyday, acute pain that helps protect you as a warning signal, and then more challenging, the problem of chronic pain and how the central nervous system, particularly the spinal cord and the brain, how that, again, puts the signals together to give the patient their experience of pain, and also how the brain and the spinal cord contribute to the maintenance and the worsening of chronic pain states. So what are the mechanisms that are holding people in these persistent pain states and amplifying the experience? And so we've used brain imaging tools and other types of tools to try and look non-invasively inside humans to see what's going on. And it's been an amazing journey, and I've been very fortunate to work with extraordinary people over those 25 years.
I can remember we did meet many, many years ago. I have fibromyalgia, and the debate, does it exist or does it not exist?
Yeah.
I can remember straight away you saying, I'll show you it.
Yeah, so although that's one of the few conditions we haven't really focused on ourselves, I think what I was showing you was some of the amazing neuroimaging work done by other groups. In fact, just this week I've had Dan Claw from Michigan in the USA, who's been a real pioneer in the neuroimaging of fibromyalgia, come and visit us in Oxford and stay with us. He's a dear colleague and friend. And I think what I showed you there was unarguable data that showed that the brains of people who sadly suffer with fibromyalgia are measurably different to those people without a pain condition and fibromyalgia. And that is both using data that looks at the structure of the brain and its wiring, as well as its neurochemistry. And that then becomes very difficult for people to argue against when you can see it. And that's, I think, the beauty of imaging is, it's so visible and it's more understandable, I think, for people than other types of scientific data. And I think that helps, again, give people who are patients who've maybe felt that they've not been believed a sense of, finally, here's some proof for what I've been saying, and, just giving that ability to give that visualization and that objective data can be very empowering. And then we can move the conversation on and start to say, right, what are we going to do about it? Let's stop arguing about whether it exists or not. It clearly exists now. Why is it there, and how can we fix it?
And the interesting thing, not just fibromyalgia, but with all chronic pain conditions, what fascinated me was that through your imaging, you can see that when there's a pain stimulus, it's not just a pain area that lights up, even if there is such a thing as a pain area. It's all sorts of things, emotions. All
sorts, that's right. So it's this incredible set of brain regions that becomes active, even just to a little pinprick on your hand. Both sides of the brain activate. It's all the bits of the brain that you need to activate so that it's on my right hand. It's a short stimulus, it's a long stimulus, it's a mechanical as opposed to maybe a thermal. You attend to it, so you need to grab the attentional system. If the stimulus is still continuing, you're going to activate other systems in the brain that are going to tell you what to do about it. Take your hand away or remove yourself from the situation that's hurting. Remember what caused it. Of course, you'll have an emotional reaction about it as well. So all of those different things, even just to a very simple, pinprick, have to be processed by different brain regions. And that's why it's such a huge area. And then the complexity in that is how in all those different regions, how can we sort of disambiguate which are the set of regions and networks that are encoding the hurt element of it. So although those other areas are really important because that's all part of the multidimensional experience of pain, the fact that it commands your attention and all these other features, in essence, you still want to try and track down where's the hurt bit of it. And that's still a bit of a mystery. We've got sort of various regions and networks that we think are really important, and one can do preclinical studies to be more causal in verifying, where those bits are. So the progress is coming along fantastically well now, and it's been a great journey, and it's a great area for young people to come into because there's plenty more really fantastic questions to pursue. And so I shall, even in my role as Vice-Chancellor, I will not be able to run the lab, and so I'm handing the lab. The lab will continue, and obviously I've trained lots of people, so there's wonderful people carrying on with the work, and that's the most important thing. And I'll be cheering them on from the sidelines and doing everything I can, maintaining my membership of the British Pain Society and championing pain in the role I have as Vice-Chancellor. So I'll be involved more from the sidelines, and we'll be watching with interest, how the field progresses, particularly in the neuroimaging space, which is where I've largely sat.
Well, congratulations on the recognition you've received today, and it's greatly deserved.
Thank you very much, Paul. And once again, a huge thanks to the British Pain Society and the Council for the election and the honour. And I wish everybody all the very best going forwards, and keep up the good work.